Today I have with me Evgeniy Kharam. He has been a professional in the cybersecurity space, working for about 40,000 hours, providing pre and post sales support as an architect and principal consultant in various technologies. Evgeniy is going to talk to us not only about cybersecurity today, but about soft skills as well, and the book he wrote about soft skills as well. So, Evgeniy, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you for having me on the podcast. I'm very, very happy to be here today and talk about this important topic.
Excellent. I appreciate it. So, first off, what inspired you to start your company and what are the main services that it offers?
This is a very good question. I was working for a full-time job for a company called Herjavec Group. For any of you in US, if you watch Shark Tank, there is a guy named Robert Herjavec, the Croatian dude, the good shark. So I worked with Robert for 16 years from the moment the company were like 15 people. And I graduated when the company was about 400 and it was enough. Basically, company was merging and I decided, okay, it's time for me to spread my wings and do my own stuff. For the last 2.5 years, I'm doing consulting, mainly in cybersecurity and a bit of media. I also have two podcasts. And part of it, I was intrigued about how people connect and what people do. And it was past COVID when people were rushing to have this physical connection to each other. So I wanted to experiment. And we did an event about skiing and snowboarding and cybersecurity when we took people that like skiing and snowboarding
Yeah.
and cyber, put them in the same room in a hill, gave them food and a bit of beer, and left them alone. And guess what? You don't really need to do anything else because it was very, very easy to connect. Usually, when you're in your room or over Zoom and you don't know the person, it's quite hard to find topics to talk when you begin. But if I know you ski, I ski, like, hey, what's your favorite hill? Oh, I have very similar jacket. Oh, this is the board. How do you like this board? I want to buy the same board. And it's automatically transition to conversation about your main topic. In my case, it's cyber. And this was the inspiration to the book as well. But in majority of my work, it's consulting to companies on the cyber topics. I'm an architect by trade, so I usually help people design, architect big networks, and make sure they're secure. And this cybersecurity program is also makes sense and is adaptive as well. As part of communication, and because we talk to many smart people on a very complicated subjects, what I realize for last 20 years I've been working is if I start talking about cloud compliance, different algorithms, people will lose me. Techie will work. But if I need to explain to executive, the best thing I can do is to relate to what I have in life. This could be, oh, let's talk about house. Let's say you need to secure your house. What do you have in your house? You have windows, you have a roof, you have a door, maybe side door, maybe another door for your dog, or different ways to get to your house. But you also have a backyard. You have a fence, you have an alarm, you have a video. And each of these parts we can relate back to cyber or to whatever you are working with by having something what you have in your life. One of the hardest topic in cyber, for example, is to teach people security awareness because it's boring. Like, don't tell me what to click. Don't tell me what to do. People don't want to do this. But if I go and do something else and I say, when you take your kids or your grandkids to a park, what do you usually tell them? Oh, I usually tell them if you get lost, this is what we're going to meet. If you get lost, here's a number I'm going to put in your pocket that you can find somebody and call me. Don't talk to strangers. Don't take candies from this. We guide them. Why? Because this is something we know to do. But what are we doing? We're doing security awareness to our kids. And the moment I'll tell this, like, oh, okay, I'm actually doing this to my family. I'm doing it to my friends. Now I understand the direction from where you take it. This is why you don't want me to have the same password in Facebook and to my bank account. So all this is communication.
That's true. So all that, if you just talk about security, click on this, click on that, that's kind of boring stuff. But when you can actually put a story around it and then have them relate to how that actually fits into their daily life, that's where you get that feedback and that connection.
Yes. But before I go there, I need to have the connection. and connection, it's soft skills. And I cannot write a diagram how to connect to you because I don't know you. If I don't know you before, I can guide a diagram on idea that you want to find something in common. You want to understand what make you tick. You want to understand what motivates you in life. If I tell you about a house, but you live in an apartment, it's going to be a bad story.
True.
So I need to understand and it's all dynamic. It's all soft skills. So as being professional in whatever you do, it doesn't have to be cyber. It could be anything. This could be whatever you do. You want to understand how to connect to people, how to use correct questions, how to use open questions, closed questions, how to use hooks. What you have on your background, it's a reverse hook. If you think about this,
right.
The moment we started our call, my first question was like, oh my God, what is this you have on your left? I was very intrigued, but it gives you an opportunity to let me ask you a question. And now you give you opportunity to tell me, what does it mean? Because I don't know.
Good point. Again, good point on that one. So you figure that that's a better way to connect with people then is just to get to know them first so that you can kind of relate to their situation on that is what you're looking for.
In many cases. Now you may say, sorry about that. Mm-hmm. If you are on a call with a very, very high board member that only have 5 minutes, they may have no time to connect to them right now.
Right.
Because they just basically want X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. Now, unfortunately, this is sometimes the case, but you still may do and understand, even when you provide pure facts, you can relate to what they do in life if you can find out, if you do a research, if you follow the LinkedIn. Don't be creep. Don't tell them, hi, hello, I know what you did last summer in Florida on this boat. It was very, very fun. But you can still understand what is this person about. And when you provide the facts, do it in a way they understand as well. And later on, able to connect as well. It's a puzzle. It's a 3D puzzle on how to communicate to people.
Cool. And now you wrote a book about the soft skills and how to do that.
Yes. This motivated me to write a book.
Cool.
Connect.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us all about the book.
Yes. So the book inspiration was a couple of things. One is I saw change about how people sell. Two, during COVID, we lost this human touch. So now we do majority of our calls over Zooms, Teams, Googles. So here's a small example. You don't really see the entire room. You only see part of me. True. If you and me were in a room and we were talking, I may do something like that. Mm-hmm. The people that are watching us later on. And you will see I'm writing notes on my notebook. But right now, I may be eating spaghetti where I'm talking to you, and you don't know because I'm doing that, all the time. So you're like, WTF, Evgeniy, like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
But it's something we don't know. So I may take, by the way, I'm taking notes. So you may sometimes see me going on my right because I'm taking notes. Like, oh, okay. How often you're talking to someone and you're talking to the left or right side of the face because they have multiple screens. The camera is in the laptop. The main screen is here. So for them, they see your face. But for you, it is half of the face.
True.
Sometimes it happens. I have 4 screens. But we can understand and avoid this. People may go and pay $100 to buy new shoes because they go to a customer or a nice tie and a suit. Would you pay $100 to buy a better microphone, to buy a better camera, to buy a teleprompter? I have a teleprompter right now. So I'm looking right into the camera and you see me while my second screen is here. And if I need to read something, I can put a page over the teleprompter and I will read, and you have the feeling that I'm looking right in you and I remember the text. Sorry, I don't remember the text, okay? I'm not so good. So this is small things. I'm going to ask you something else. My voice is a bit sore today, but you have a podcast. When you started the podcast, did you like your voice on the recording?
So, yeah. It was okay.
Majority of the people hate their voice on the recording because this is not the way it sounds. And even more people, and I'm wondering, ask your friends after the recording, how many of your friends recorded themselves on the phone and listen to themselves?
Not too many, probably.
Not too many. Now, why it's important? Because you may be selling XYZ. You may be a product manager. You may be working in franchise. You communicating with customers, you communicating with people, you asking for whatever it is. If you don't analyze your voice and you spend a lot of time on calls, you may be talking differently. Hi, hello, I am Evgeniy. So today, we want to talk about, we have a lot of filler words.
True.
We're not bad people. It doesn't mean we're some kind of broken. No, we're not. We just don't pay attention to this. But if we have a sore back, if we have a broken tooth, what are we doing? We're going to a specialist. So if you're using your voice all the time, why not to go to a voice specialist? It will analyze your voice, will help you to understand, oh, Evgeny, you know that you're actually using, too many times. Or a simple recording and putting in a transcription software, you will see how many filler words you have. And there is actually quite easy. If you ever did Toastmasters or any other training, they teach you how to remove filler words. You can slow down. I did it. I removed. I have very, very few filler words that I use right now versus 5, 6 years ago. Because I just know instead of saying hi, hello, I'm Evgeny, I will just do a pause. Hi, hello, I'm Evgeny. Today we'll talk about. I'm not afraid somebody going to interject into the conversation. I understand that this 2 seconds delay is totally fine. What I do know is when I'm not relaxed and I'm stressed, I have more filler words.
Ah,
And this brings another point. Who is actually teaching us how to be relaxed and not stressed and how not to be afraid? What if you need to present whatever it is you're presenting? Budget to your manager, asking for a new project, opening a new line of business, and you're afraid. This is not something we learn in school. It's not something we learn day
right.
by day. But I just mentioned when I'm panicking, when I'm nervous, I'm actually not so fluent as I would like to be. Because part of my brain, my focus points, going and focusing on being nervous, going and focusing not to be coherent. What if I teach you techniques to calm down? Like there is one that used by Navy SEALs for a long time called box breathing. I didn't invent this. It's been around for a long time. But it basically, if you think about this and look on the studies, we breathe quite a lot. We have 12 to 15 breaths a minute right now. And the more I breathe, if what happened when we run, we breathe quite a lot. Our heartbeat is quite a lot. We are very, very energetic. We
Yes.
are sometimes ask you to talk after you did a run. You're not able to talk.
True.
Now, when you look on yogis, pre-diaries, all these people that are very calm, they know how to slow down the heart rate. And by slowing down the heart rate, they also relax. They also become calm down. So if I do box breathing, and box breathing means it's a box, I'm inhale for a number of seconds, I'd say 4 seconds, or like 5 seconds. I'm holding for 5 seconds. I'm exhaling for 5 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, and repeating this. So 5 seconds cube is 20 seconds. 20 seconds a minute. It means I just move from 15 or 12 breaths per second to 3. I have 3 breaths. Now it's automatically, magically slow down the heart rate, slow down yourself, and help you to become more focused. So I suggest experiment later on, do it 5, 6 times, or just put a timer on the clock for 3, 4 minutes and do it. I guarantee it will move you from very let's go to I'm so afraid. And there's other techniques can help you there as well to calm yourself down. This is what went to the book, help people to prepare building blocks, how you can prepare you to become a better human being. Voice, fear, video, working with yourself, burnout. What you if you do too many calls a day and you're just going nuts and you not accomplish anything, you're not present. You're basically not present.
True, true. So do you teach all your clients these soft skills when you're going
I'm
through?
gonna be completely honest with you. The book just came out a month ago.
Okay.
So I've been doing this on the side just because was this what I was teaching with customers,
Mhm.
but it's going to be a bit of a new venue for me right now to do it more. So I have a website we built, softskillshack.ca.com, to start doing more classes, more coaching for my customers as well.
Do you have an ideal client that you work with as far as soft skills goes, or does it go just go for anybody?
I think right now it's more going to be for sales individuals and sales
Makes sense.
engineering or
Mhm.
founders. I do, and ideal customers probably technical founder because a technical founder, they usually immediately smart and they usually don't like to communicate because they like the geeky stuff. Where the sales founder, in many cases, already have the jargon and the soft skills and the smoothness to connect with people.
Makes sense. You're still doing the cybersecurity though at the same time?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
And
kind of a,
many of my customers are founders in cybersecurity, so it's aligned well.
it aligns well with the soft skills on that one then. Cool. So you mentioned you worked with Robert Herjavec. What lessons did you learn from Robert? Seems like a good guy. He's been around for a while.
Wow. Robert Herjavec isn't an easy person. He's did a lot, but there's a lot of lessons I learned from Robert. So it's actually something in the book, but there's funny part that he's mentioned about sales, and sales in a way, it's the closest things you can do to a human being without having a romantic relationship. If you think about this, because it's so
True.
intimate.
Yeah.
It's very, very intimate, but you don't have a relationship because you're exchanging goods, and that's person need to trust. And this trust takes time to build.
Yes.
So this is one part. Second part, even so it's not Roberts, it's from the movie, it's ABC, always be closing. So think about this when you're talking to a person. What I learned, and I'm a technical person, I'm a technical pre-sales, I'm not a pure salesperson myself, is in my view, one of the most important parts in a salesperson, if you take as a whole, and I wonder what you think about it, is the ability to close the deal, whatever the deal it is. If I'm selling you headphones, I can talk for many years, months about how great they are.
Mhm.
But if I don't ask in one point, are you going to buy them? Then what's the point of talking? So I think closing, and I wonder what is the most important behaviors or most or important qualities for a salesperson? But it doesn't matter which business it is.
Good point. True.
So this is one.
Mhm.
Now, ability to close a business create a vulnerability
Mhm.
because I now need to ask a customer a question that make me vulnerable, that people are afraid to ask. And it's part of soft skills. I need to say, Mr. Customer, I just want to understand, is this in your budget? Is this something you plan to buy?
Right.
What I may get back? No. Did I ever mention I'm going to buy this? I'm just here shopping. So I need to understand that the answer may be no. And it's very hard to get no. It's very painful to get no.
Yeah.
So
True.
this is an important lesson. The salesperson or sales individual or somebody in sales function, that they learn to open up, learn to be vulnerable. It's okay to get no, but you want to get no as soon as possible to not to spend sales cycle on this deal, on this deal. And I think it's very, very important. And it's not harm. If you don't want to buy from me, it doesn't mean it's bad. It's fine. Totally okay. Thank you very much. Just Do you want me to come back to you in a few months? Is this thing going to be budgeted, whatever, next year?
True.
The other part is also related is ability to qualify a deal. And by qualified deal, to understand, I didn't ask for we're going to buy because we're not there yet. But I want to even understand, is this something you plan to do or you just shopping for information? So it's similar to asking, were you going to buy this? But buying it, even though you're spending time, understanding if it's qualified, it could be in the first call. Thank you very much for whatever you presented to me. I just want to understand, is this something you plan to do this year? So we're not buying yet, because you may even buy because you don't like the product, but at least I will need to open up and understand it's something you plan to do. So this is also part that was always in our methodology. Let's be closing. Closing means let's move it up and down in the CRM or whatever we use to quantify the deal to understand this part. And the third part is related to report, and the report related to be on the same level with the other person. If you come in a suit and you're very, very nice, but the other person dressed differently, you need to adapt to them and vice versa. So understand your surrounding, understand how to adapt to them, to understand and talk in their language, talk in the ways they want to understand you, and understand what they need. So there's a lot of lessons that I learned a lot. One metaphor that I like quite a lot, and many different people explain this differently, but Robert called it kitchen sink and leaky roof or kitchen renovation. So leaky roof is a project that you're going to do right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
And this is what you want to sell. Kitchen renovation, it's a project you always wanted to do, but it's not going to be as a priority as leaky roof. So when you're going to a customer and you want to sell them whatever you sell to them, you want to find the pain point, what is the leaky roof, and what was the kitchen renovation. And when you get in, then you can find more kitchen renovations to sell more.
Makes sense. Got to get that leaky roof fixed right now and then work on the other things later on that one. Now, when you're asking people that question about are you just shopping or are you buying now, do you find then that maybe some of them will say, I'm just shopping because they may be afraid that you are going to try and sell to them, but they really do want to buy right now?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. It's an easy question because people just want to be like, literally means sell me to me. I find it. And I think there is a different way to ask the question. This is what you need to understand is who has you what you're selling. If you're just a salesperson, you have an engineer with you, depending on your business. And yes, in many cases, people may say, I just want to learn. And here's the interesting part. You can flip a different way. If they're just shopping or just say, oh, we just kind of want to understand, and yes, okay, it's fine. What is the information you need right now to understand what you need? And when you're just shopping, you're not buying right now, just to understand, when do you plan to buy this? Is this something for this year, for next year? So guide me. So now I'm asking you to guide me. How can I help you? And if you're not gonna buy, you're not going to guide. You're like, no, I'm good. Just tell me what's happening. But if you want to buy, you probably, and you quite mature, at least in my mind, I think we have a mature buyers. People can go to ChatGPT and just Google whatever you want to sell to them in 5 minutes before the call and have an idea what it is. So it's not mean that I'm coming on a call and I have zero understanding about what you're trying to sell me. We can do our own research. It's relatively easy right now.
True.
So if you're saying I'm just shopping and not buying, and I ask you, please guide me, what is the best way for me to help you, that your shopping experience will transform to buying experience, you may say, yes, I actually need to understand how you compete with XYZ. Or why would I buy you and not this particular product? I'm kind of burned out last time, and I don't want to be repeat, so I'm very cautious.
That's fascinating because then you're kind of leading them into selling themselves on that one what do you need? What can I help you with? And then they start learning about you. And then you just kind of build that relationship up to where they like, okay, yeah, buying now is just fine.
You know, there's this expression in sales called stop selling.
Mhm.
Like the moment the customer starts speaking, close your mouth and just be quiet and write notes. Don't interrupt them because you want the customer to talk. Of course, if just start telling you what they did for the last week, maybe not related, then you maybe want to bring them back. But the moment the customer express their feeling and express their pain, don't interrupt them. Don't try to coach them right now.
There you go. I love it. Let's see the picture of your book again.
Yes, definitely. Let me put it here. Doesn't want to.
Arch-
Nice.
Architecting success. Connect to
Yes.
sell more. The art of soft skills in technical sales. Check it out. That's a lot of good information Evgeny has for us there. Evgeny, is there anything that I should have asked you so far that I have not asked you yet?
See, what is the best way to find the book? Definitely in Amazon. Just go and find the book using my name or the title. So my name is Evgeniy Kharam, Evgeniy Kharam. And if you go to softskillstech.ca or softskillstalk.com, you'll find the website about the book as well. And feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn as well.
Perfect. I will have the link to the landing page of the book about soft skills on the down below there. So click on that. And again, is that the best way to reach out to you? Is go to your soft
Yes.
skills web? Okay. We'll put that
Yeah.
web page on there so you can get that book and check out his book. There's a lot of good information in there. Work with some wonderful people. Evgeny's learned some excellent things, excellent techniques for doing that. Evgeny, thank you very much for being on the
Thank
show.
you.
Really
It's been
appreciate
a
it.
pleasure.